This is a video series where I'm creating a music player app from scratch. What is unique about this series is that number one, I've started from Figma, which is a graphic design application. As you can see, these videos from number one up to number 5 is just pure Figma, the graphic design aspect of it. And then now we are going to get into HTML. If you're new to this channel, please do me a favor and just hit that subscribe button. Without wasting time, let's just jump straight into Visual Studio Code and get our hands dirty with coding. Okay, so this is just Visual Studio Code. I've got Font Awesome here as a folder, so I've downloaded. It's a free version for the web. If you want to know more about how I downloaded it, you can check out this video number 1. It explains everything. So what I want to do in this video, I just want us to set up the environment. My intention behind this series is to teach you more of an advanced or pro technique and approach to it. So whatever that I'm going to teach you are the skills that I've learned myself, more especially in terms of the thinking and the technique and the framework behind. You will see in details when I'm doing the actual coding what do I mean by the technique and the framework behind. So the first thing that we are going to do, let's just put an HTML boilerplate here so that we can set things up a little bit. Okay, so in this video we're just only going to do the setup. Okay, the same music app. Okay, that one is done. Save, and then let's see if we have a tab. We don't have a tab for our HTML. Then what we can do, where can we get it? I forgot where I've saved this, but I'm going to find it now. My apologies for that delay. Let's just quickly go to front end and look for IPUI. And then here is it. Let's just drag this and drop it here, and then we know that we are good to go. Just a moment. As you can see, here are the updates. Okay, so what we want to do now, we want to link Font Awesome. So if we want to link Font Awesome, now we can just create a link tag. Okay, and then here we are going to go to Font Awesome folder. This one, as you can see, the version is version 6. We go to CSS, and then on CSS let's just choose all.min, which is a minified version. Okay, and then that will be it. Okay, the last time I was using Font Awesome, maybe I'm outdated or I haven't been keeping up with Font Awesome. So when you want to add a Font Awesome icon, usually you use to just type FAS for Font Awesome regular, and then FA, let's say user, for a user icon. But what I've just noticed in this new version, things are not done this way. I think now it's FA solid or something. Yeah, it's FA solid, of which that's not something to write a story about. What we are going to do, we are going to make our lives easier. We are going to copy the icons from the Font Awesome website. So that is -1 problem. So as you can see here, this FAS and FA user, it's not going to work. Let's just go to our page and refresh. Okay, it's working now. I don't know why it was not working before. So this means that this FAS and FAR, it's still relevant. Okay, maybe I was in a hurry before, or maybe my connection was not that perfect. Okay, let me just quickly check this FA solid if it works. Okay, let's just see. Okay, it looks like everything is working. If then my own FAS works, then I will go to my old way of doing things, because now I was worried that I have to always type solid here. Okay, this means that then we are not going to use this website for copying the exact code, but we are going to use it as a reference for icons. Let's just close here. Okay, we're going to use it as a reference for icons. Okay, now step number 2, we are done with loading our font awesome and it's working. We're happy with that. Step number 2, let's just add a CSS file here. Okay, let me call this root.css. Now we are getting into the gist of it. Let's talk about like some sort of frameworking your work. So what I'm going to do here, I've got can I call it root or app.css? Let me just call it root.css for now. But the idea behind this root.css is that we are going to partition our CSS in such a way that, number one, it's reusable, and also it's more like modular. I can say we're not going to write the whole entire CSS of the user interface in one file. I will explain in details when I'm done with what I'm going to do now. So after we are done creating this root.css, let's link it and test if the HTML file and CSS are connected. So let's say style. Okay, style. Okay, and src. Sorry. Let's do the link. Sorry about that. Link, and then the href will be root.css. Okay, now we have linked the root.css style, and then let's just test something here and say body and change the background color to red. Background color to red. Okay, let's just refresh here and see. Okay, that means we are good to go. Okay, and then what else? Let's say okay, let's add another file, and then let's call this file music app. Music app.css. Okay, let's link that file also. Let's just copy and paste this. Copy and paste this and say music app.css. Okay, let's quickly test if that also is working. Let's cut this code here and let's paste it here and change the color to orange. Click save, refresh and see. Okay, we are good to go. As you can see, we have lost our font awesome files there. Let's just quickly go back and see what might have happened. Link style sheet href css.minified. Okay, let's just quickly take these, move these up a little bit. I'm not sure what might be the problem there, but I'm just testing to see, because suppose we do have this here. Let me also go to settings so that I can refresh the cookies. In the meantime, let me see if I remove these. Okay, everything seems to work fine. Remove these and what? Okay, everything seems to work fine for me. Let me refresh. Okay, so this is why you have to do some sort of little progress in code and come here and test if everything is working, so that if there is something that is not working right, so that you can easily see and quickly fix that. It's quite challenging to type 50 lines of code and then things are breaking and you don't know what happened. Okay, let's see. Everything seems to work for me. Okay, let me just do this, or maybe here. Okay, let me just oh, okay, as you can see, this is wrong. This is FAA sol, this is all wrong. Okay, my mistake, this is all wrong. Okay, let's just go back and see. 100%. Let's just refresh here since we're already here. 100%, and then let me paste link to those styles. Okay, refresh. My apologies about that, I should have seen that. Okay, now everything is working. Okay, when I'm doing CSS, this is what I've adopted as time goes by. What I usually do in this root.css, or in this separate CSS style, this is the CSS for the let me say application CSS. Okay, the reason why I'm separating these two application CSS, I've just realized that number one, if you write everything in one file, it's not easy to reuse your CSS. So in this file, I use it mainly to declare variables, to declare all my variables, like your colors are going to be here, like your font, like your padding, and everything that some sort of it's for setting up the entire CSS. I declare it here. Why am I declaring it here? So that when I want to use this file to a different app, I can just copy it as it is, only this root file, and then I can plug it on a different app, and then after that it will go with all these colors and this theme. So in that different app, I can just use the variables that are already here, which means all the colors and other things, so that I can quickly take the look and feel of this in terms of colors. So that's why I'm some sort of separating it from this CSS, so that also when I want to use the CSS for this application, this particular application, I can just take it to a different application and just put it in there, and then it will use the color variables of that application. It's something like that, but as time goes by, you'll understand what I'm trying to say. So let's go back to root, and then what we are going to do here, we are going to declare some color variables. Okay, so I'm just going to declare some color variables. Okay, so this is how I'm going to do that. Sorry, root tag. Okay, I always forgot this tag. Okay, I think you start with the dots here. I always get, no, I think it's 2 dots somewhere here. Not 2, maybe 1. What may be the problem? Okay, let me start from scratch. I think it's like this. I always write this. Okay, like, yeah, here is it. Okay, I don't know why I always forget it. Oh, okay, you first put the dots here, and then you write the root. Okay, now let's continue. Okay, so what I want to do here, I want to create a color variable, which is color primary. Okay, and then from then, let's say I'm going to say black for now. Okay, so this is a variable that I'm going to use, not in here. Here I'm only declaring it so that it can be available, and then I'm going to use it here. As you can see here, we've got an orange background. So if I want to use that variable, I can say var and then color black. As you can see, here is it. So now if we go back and refresh here, let me just quickly refresh here. Suppose that black color, suppose that the background color is black here. Okay, let me go to my this is not it, my CSS is wrong. Okay, save, and also let me just check which CSS comes first here, because it's supposed to be the root first. Okay, the order is very important here. Supposed to be the root with all the declared variables, and then the music app, the one that will use the variables. Okay, let's save this one, go back and see. We are supposed to have a black background, as you can see. So if I want to reuse this CSS with all these variables, maybe in a different app, I can just take this folder and put it there, and that's it. That's why this this root and this app are different files. Okay, so lastly, what we are going to do, we're just going to set all our CSS variables, and then we are done in this video. So this is the file that we were using to create this application. So we are just going to refer to it and copy all those color variables and the names also. Okay, one other thing that I've noticed as I'm coding, as time goes by, the naming convention. Like most frameworks, more especially front-end framework, CSS specifically, they are using more of a naming convention like this one. Maybe even me, I've copied this name convention from there. For instance, if I want to refer to an ID of a button, maybe I'll say btn primary. Okay, this is a very common naming convention. Now when I have a project that uses, for instance, Bootstrap, obviously if Bootstrap has got the same naming convention, there will be some clash in terms of the colors and other things. So I am developing a framework called Philantro. It's an NVC framework. It has got a UI part of it, the UI framework part of it. So what I usually do, I always have something like Philantro FLT, okay, like this, and then I will do it like this. So the reason behind this naming convention is just to make my own framework colors different, so that I know that when I'm plugging in my framework files, they don't clash with other framework that you might use, like Bootstrap. Okay, so let's just go back here and see. As you can see, dismiss. Do you want to open this? Find a desktop, open in app? No, let's just dismiss. Okay, and then as you can see, these are our colors. So this is color primary. Okay, and then let's just copy the colors, go back here, Philantro color primary, let's just paste this and also paste this sign, so that this can be a color, as you can see. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate this many times, and then I'm just going to say secondary. Okay, undo. Okay, let's just type color here, secondary. Okay, save, go back, and then where is my secondary color here? Okay, settings, copy this color. Okay, secondary, paste it there. That's it. And then complementary, double click, come back here, paste it there, color comp. Okay, then from there let's copy the white. Okay, when I was designing this user interface, I didn't show you guys the reason why must we have these naming the color variable here in Philantro. Let's say the client comes, let's say pretend this was our client, and they said they don't like the orange color. Maybe we must swipe things around. This is how easy we can do it. Okay, this is how easy we can do it. So the same way it happens here on Figma is the same way it can happen on CSS. As you can see, everything that uses that this color variable changes, so it makes our life easier. So that's the same thing that we are trying to achieve with CSS. We are trying to declare all our variables here. In case we want to change the variables, we only change them here. Okay, let's continue with our colors. Let's copy gray, and let's say color gray. And then no, we're changing the wrong one. Let's change this one. Okay, and then change this gray here, color gray. Okay, and then let's check black. So now it's going to be black and white. Okay, only left with black and white. Let's see. Black. Okay, pitch black and white, and then we are done with this video. Okay, I think white is not sure how many F's, but it's FFF 1 2 3 4. Let's see. Yeah, this is white, and then okay, and then in terms of black and white, I have two additional versions of black and white, meaning that this black, it's color black, but it's for the background. Very important to specify. And also this color white is for the background, so that I know that this one is the one that I'm using for setting the background. It's more like part of the user interface. However, we also use black and white on the text as well. Then for the text, I use this one. It's very important to separate these colors, because let's say you want to change the text color, and also let's say the background is white also, so you need to differentiate. Instead of setting this white for the background and the text, obviously you won't see the text, so it's very important to separate these. This one for the text and this one is for the background. If I have some, let's say another gray which might work for the text, I will also come here and say this gray is for working as a text. Okay, I think that's about it, guys. So what we have learned in this tutorial is to add font awesome, and also is to add our CSS for declaring variables, all our variables. So that's about it for this tutorial, for this video. I don't want to make it longer unnecessarily. I'm Matthew, Singati, the designer and developer. So if you are new to my channel, please do me a favor and check this cool playlist, and also other playlist as well, as you can see. And also do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, for me, see you on the next one.